What are you at there, boys? It's your old buddy Matt Kerr. Just here at the NCG Fight Factory up here on the mainland, what? Boys are listening to the State of Maritime Wrestling podcast. Come right under her. Oh, I loves it.
This is the truth, the voice, the sound, the soul of the scene, where hearts are crowned. Connor Cook's name shakes the battleground, 'cause it's the State of Maritime Wrestling. No script, no mask, just heart and steel. He shows the world what makes it real. Maritime war cries will never die, as long as Connor stands nearby.
Hello and welcome to the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Maritime Wrestling Superfan, Connor Cook, the man who ain't no joke, here to keep everyone covered on all things maritime wrestling. And to start off episode 46, I would like to thank Matt Kerr for kicking off this week's episode. So I have a lot of great things to say about Matt Kerr. Man, I've only seen him a couple of times when he wrestled. I believe he was in the Rumble, the Monster Mash Rumble last year in Capital City Wrestling. But I've also seen him on YouTube where he wrestled against Sebi and a lot other guys too, which is pretty big. And he's also wrestling in NCG, same Noble Champion Grounds, which is in Leamington, Ontario, which is also where Chantal and John Orion also wrestle, which is cool. And yeah, Matt Kerr, when I first got to meet him, he was just a really awesome guy. Just has been a really nice guy. Obviously, from Newfoundland, because you can't, you can hear the accent, because, well, not always. And he's, the whole, the gimmick he is doing, which is really awesome. And so, yeah, I just have lots of great things to say about Matt Kerr. But, anyways, there was only one show that was happening last week with Looked Proceeds Wrestling Brawl at Omaha 10. And when their first show of 2026, and the results for the matches are the Wayward Son, Zatara beat the Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine. Scotty Crew beat The Future, Matt Strong. Rugged Rick Owens beat the Maritime's strongest wrestler, Nick Strong. And I think this was an NBWA Heavyweight Championship match. So, Rugged Rick Owens successfully defended that belt title against Nick Strong. And then Patrick O'Neal, got the same name twice. And he beat Carrie Killam, the pillar of your community, Carrie Killam. The one Spike SD beat the Albertan Clipper, Chevron. And then your local girl, Salem Router, beat Stormy Hale, the big bad Logan Green. The current Lit Prestige Wrestling champion, he beat Horsepower Hunter Sampson and successfully defended and retains. And it was a sold out crowd from when they posted the picture of like the ring there. Holy. Now, I have a lot of great things to say about the whole roster. You got a lot of great guys there, especially, well, all these guys are great guys. Like, you got, like, a lot of big, top stars. Like, you got Zane Valentine, you got Roderick Owens, Spike SC, Salem Wilder, Stormy Hill, Big Bad Logan Green, Horsepower Hunter, Sampson, Patrick O'Neill, Kerry Killam, and a lot of the guys. Like, it's really good. And I'm quite surprised that there was the Spike SD and Chevron had a match against each other again, since they've already had a feud with the NBWA Tag Team titles when they beat them in the first ever ladder match, and when they took on each other in the dog color match at IPW, Island Pro Wrestling. And and then you got Salem Wilder getting a big win, which is another great win for one of the best local, another great BMO wrestler. Stormy Hill is another great one. She's been on a great. She's been having a lot of great matches. Both of these ladies had a lot of great matches. And well, yeah, it's a lot of great matches here. And but I have a lot of great things to say about like Zatara is one of the newcomers. Man, he's doing an amazing job there. Especially he's getting more opportunities, especially making his debut up in IPW, Island Pro Wrestling. And plus he's gonna be going back there again to make his Prince Edward Island debut, which is really big. So you got like Start the Crew. Zane. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. I'm just trying to take my time. But Zane Valentine, what can I say about the Zane Valentine, the ultimate male Zane Valentine? He's the heel of all heels. One of my top favorite heels in the Maritimes. Especially just when he comes out and the heat that he gets from the crowd is super freaking good. Another great heel is Scotty Crew. He's a unique heel because especially comes out, brings out a box of those little the dog treats and throws them at the ladies, which is interesting. But you got like one of the top guys, Roderick Owens. I mean, Nick Strong is another great heel though too. Dude, especially like his current feud that he's having with Matt Strong and the storyline. I think it's gonna be crazy in CCW. And then you got like Kerry Gillum, another great heel, and like kind of like an evil landlord kind of character, which I freaking like though, especially. And then you got Chevron, who's another great heel, and then Spike SC, top guy, he's doing amazing. He's actually got a big match coming up in IPW in May, but we'll get to that. But yeah, I just have so much great things to say about a lot of the guys, all of the guys on the LPW roster, and yeah. And I also want to say a big thank you to April, the VIP superfan of the Ultimate Male Zane Valentine. I want to thank her for giving me the results for that. And that was mostly it. There's only one show that I had to go through a review, but let's go with to the upcoming shows. So coming up this Friday, April the 24th, Innovative Hybrid Wrestling, IHW, Step Up, will be returning to the École Liardec for where we're gonna see a very big match, the IHW Women's Championship match, where IHW Women's Champion Ronnie Payne will be defending the championship against the debuting Katrina Creed, and then also on the roster, we're gonna see the Hateful Dead, the Ghost, Ricky Mortis, and the Mauler, James Manning. We're gonna see Perfect Storm, Julian Young, and Ryan Storm. We're gonna see the IHW Honor Champion, the Maritime Luchador, Pantana. We're gonna see the Albertan Clipper, Chevron. You see Bobby Boyette, Kurt Cobain, Chris Chutters, and Oliver Hanson, and many more of your favorite IHW stars. I feel like this might be a really big show, especially the returning, going back to the École Liardec, since they made their debut there, Moncton debut. And it's crazy, especially with a lot of the debuts. You know, like with the return of Port City's Finest, Kaden, and then the debut of like Alex Robbins, the one Spike SD, and a lot more guys, but yeah. So I think it's gonna be a stacked card though, and then we're gonna see the New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association have their Mayhem and Minto 5 show, where we're gonna see. We actually got the announcement of the one of the matches for the card. Scotty Crew did a promo and said he was gonna take on Big Dan McCullough in a singles match. And we've also got the promo from the Ultimate Male Zane Valentine, the man with the plan. We got the announcement of his tag team match where him and Pat Persuasi are going to be taking a shot at the NBWA Tag Team Championships against Ace Dynasty, the one Spike SD, and Slick McGrick. We're also going to see the NBWA Heavyweight Champion, Rugged Rick Owens, in action. The Big Bad Logan Green, Kerry Killam, the Wayward Son, Zatara, the Maritime Strongest Wrestlers, Nick Strong, Patrick O'Neal, Silmarner, Stormy Hill, Matt Strong, and Oscar Ironside. But yeah, and so it's a really good card overall though, especially one fact, when I interviewed this one Spike Esty, he said he actually made his very first debut, and he had his first match when he made his wrestling debut against Jason Boa. And I'm sure you've probably heard it on the interview, but man, it's been crazy. They have been, like NBWA have been having shows just all over central New Brunswick. Like, they've been having shows in like Doketown, at the Prospect Arena. They've been having like shows in Chipman, Minto, going back to Minto, of course, and Stanley, Nackwick, Woodstock, Belle Isle, and Fredericton Junction, and they did have one in the downtown Fredericton there, which is big. But yeah, they have been doing an amazing job with it though. Oh man, it's super cool that they're having shows like even in rural areas like Stanley. It's pretty cool. And those are the two shows that will be happening this Friday. Now this Saturday, there's going to be a lot of, I think 3 shows. Yeah. There's going to be Capital City Wrestling Clash 44 Spring Breakout, where they're going to be having the show back at the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton, New Brunswick. And so, there was lots of big matches that were announced in form of promos from a lot of the guys on the CCW roster. We had the Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine, announced his match that he will be taking on Zatara, the Wayward Son Zatara. I believe this one might be for a VIP match. I'm not sure, but I think it will be a really good match. Then we got the announcement of a promo from Stormy Hill, saying she'll be taking on the debuting Ronnie Payne, who will be making her CCW debut, which is a big opportunity for Ronnie Payne, which is going to be awesome. And it's going to be a VIP match. So then we got the announcement of the brother versus brother match, which specifically Nick's the Maritime Strongest Wrestler Nick Strong first taking on the future Matt Strong in a no disqualifications match. And then we got the announcement from Dan McCullough from a promo that he did. He will be taking on the Northern Star, Kirk Obey. And then Oscar Ironside did a promo saying he'll be taking on the Albertan Clipper, Chevron. And then Shino did a promo. He said he's gonna, in his promo, he's gonna be taking on Patrick O'Neal. And then there has been an opponent announced for Scotty Crew yet, but who knows who could be the mystery opponent for Scotty Crew. I feel like it might be like Rugged Rick Owens coming back to defend the NWA Heavyweight Championship. Especially they've had feuded together, had a major storyline, especially back when Scotty Crew was the NWA Heavyweight Champion. So, yeah, I feel like this is something big going on there. Then we got the rematch between Oliver Hansen taking on the NWA River Valley champion, Horsepower Hunter Sampson. Then we got the local girl, Salem Wilder, Katrina Creed, which it will actually be my very first time seeing Katrina Creed, one of the top names in the indie wrestling scene especially. She's from Quebec. And we're going to see the big bad Logan Green. Let me see, the Kerry Killam. And the 70s sensation, Larry Horowitz. And also, Port City's finest, Caden, is going to be there though too, so yeah. Gonna put a finger up in the air with my man. But I will be at that show. So if you're around the Fredericton area, go get your tickets. Get your tickets at Variety on York. In person with cash, or you can just you transfer them to the CCW email. But VIP seats are already sold out, and it's been sold out quickly since these Capital City Wrestling started doing VIP matches, and it's really big though. And I will, so yeah, like I said, I'll be there, but I will also be with a good buddy of mine, bringing him back to a CCW show that he hasn't been to in like a while, since back, I believe, in 2024. I've actually gone to a couple CCW shows with him and had a great time. I think it was Easter Clash. Yeah, Easter Clash. And then it was Breaking Limits, I think. Or something. Yeah, I think it was Breaking Limits. And it was a crazy show, but it was good. And, then on that same night, we're going to see East Coast Pro Wrestling Cold Town Carnage 2026 at the New Waterford District Community Center in New Waterford, Nova Scotia. Or Cape Breton, I should say. But, so the matches that were announced, the ECBW Women's Championship match, Vanessa Craven will be defending the championship against Nicole Matthews. Big name, 20-year veteran, I think, in the business, which is pretty good. Then we got the big announcement for the Maritime King JP Sims with Mr. David A. Boyce. They would be taking on a very big name, the son of the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith Jr. in a grudge match, which is going to be a big match, especially it's been 3 years in the making since they took on each other, I believe, back at ICW, which is pretty big. Then we got the announcement of the ECPW Celtic Roots Championship match. Justin Newhook, Newfoundland Nightmare. Justin Newhook will be defending the championship against Jonathan Cross. We're going to see Lincolnstein and the Steel Eagle, Chizinko, in action. And then we're going to see the second annual Sam McLean Memorial Rumble. And then the main event is for the ECPW Heavyweight Championship. But this time it's going to be Extreme Rules. Hardcore Channing Decker will be taking on the ECPW Heavyweight Champion Moondog Dylan Davis. And man, I feel like that match is going to be a banger match, but I have a lot of predictions. I think what's going to happen for the Celtic Roots Championship match. Since the whole storyline with Justin Newhook and Jonathan Cross, where Cross blindsided Newhook, I feel like since then they're gonna have a feud, and I'm smelling the air. I sent a new champion. We could be seeing the ECW Celtic Roots Championship against on Jonathan Cross. That's what I think, but Justin Newhook could successfully defend the championship, but hey, who knows? But and we got the whole grudge match with JB Sims, David A. Boyce, and David Boy Smith Jr. is gonna be a big one, because especially David Boy Smith Jr. is a big name. That comes to the Maritimes, returning to the Maritimes, I should say, since they've also brought in the Hall of Famer, Keto Santana, which is pretty freaking big name. But yeah, and Vanessa Prayer and Nicole Matthews is a big name though too. But I'm thinking they're probably gonna have a new. I'm smelling the air once again for of a new heavyweight champion. I think Moondog Dylan Davis will lose the championship, ECPW Heavyweight Championship, against Channing Decker, hardcore Channing Decker, especially another one of the big names. But man, really, and he's another guy that I haven't even seen yet in person, but I have seen on YouTube stuff, especially when back then before I started following North Pro, started getting involved. But yeah, it's gonna be big. Then we got Canadian Grand Prix Wrestling freak around and find out FAFO, where we're gonna see Vincent Sidewalk Sam take on Vincent Tyler, Matt Bullen, the bully Matt Bullen will be taking on Corey Good in the fans bring the weapons match, and the preacher is also going to be there, and also then Superstars of Wrestling April Rain. They will be returning to the Irving Oil Field House in St. John, New Brunswick. So where we're gonna see FKA take on Joey White. We're gonna see the women's match. Chantal the Vandal. Chantal take on the Sarah Stone. And we're gonna see this Superstars of Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship match with the new Cruiserweight Champion, Alex Robbins. He will be defending the belt against the debuting Ian Pratt, which will be making this Superstars of Wrestling debut. Pretty big opportunity for Pratt. And we're going to see the another big match. Jason Boa versus 300-pound Slaughterhouse Maifa, the Falls Count Anywheres match. And we're going to see the Blood Feather, Bryce Sterling, take on the Maritime Luchador Fantana for the Superstar of Wrestling Heavyweight Cruiserweight Championship number 1 contenders match. And for the main event, we're going to see 3 big freaking men. The Giant Orion, taking on the Ace of the Maritimes, also current Superstar of the Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Dick freaking Durning, versus the Muscle Beast from Muscle Beast, Wesley Pipes, also former Superstar of the Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, but also current AIWF Canadian Heavyweight Champion. But, man, lots of big matches. You know, there's been, I really think, like, the Cruiserweight Gold really looked really good on Alex Robbins, especially. Deserved it a lot. Even though he's a heel, when he turned heel, it's crazy good, but man, he deserves it. And for whoever's gonna win the number 1 contenders match, like Bryce, I feel like it might be like Bryce Sterling that will be the number 1 contender to chase down that Cruiserweight Championship. And I have the storyline between Alex Robbins and Bryce Sterling, which I think it will be a great feud. But also another good big feud, Jason Boa versus Maifa, the Falls Count Anywhere match, which I think the storyline has been happening for a while, where like the match went to like a double DQ, disqualification, or a double draw or whatsoever. So they had to build up the storyline. So I feel like we're gonna see Jason Boa take the victory over the Slaughterhouse there, Maifa. And also, for the main event though, we get like see a lot of big things. Wait, like Jake Joining has been having a really good run with the Superstar of the Wrestling Heavyweight title since he beat Wesley Pipes. And so I don't we don't see I don't see him losing the title, but I feel like the triple threat match is gonna be crazy. The main event. You got two of the biggest guys, John Orion and Jake Jr. is pretty big, but he's more of a high flyer. He's big, but he's a high flyer. I apologize if I repeated that. But also Wesley Pipes. No wonder they call him the Muscle Beast. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be a lot of big spots with both these guys. But nothing else next week until we see a lot of big matches like North Pro, Unfinished Business. You're going to be having their debut in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia at the East Coast Barbell, where we're going to see Nathan Cameron take on Dawson James, North Pro Northern Star champion, Dawson James. And we're going to see the, I think it's a triple threat. It's going to be Sebi versus Jason Boa versus Sydney Sweetie, which I think will be a big match. It's Sydney Sweetie's debut, North Pro debut, so it's pretty big. And whoever wins gets a title shot at the Undisputed North Pro Champion at Logan Mania 4. And we also saw the big announcement for the Pro Wrestling Ontario Trio Championship match, where the Highlight Heathens will be defending the championships against Sabotage and TNA star Jody freaking Threat. How freaking big is that, dude? That is a big name. Like, they're bringing a freaking big name. Such as, like, Jody Threat, who's a TNA star, which is pretty big. But then we're also going to see the Undisputed North Pro Champion, Rudy Lockhart, the kid Rudy Lockhart, take on the Pro Wrestling Ontario Openweight Champion, Gabriel Ferrauza. I hope I'm saying his name right. Ferrauza. In the title match. Then we're going to see on May, that will be happening May 1st. And May 2nd, we're going to see Logan Mania 4, where it's a big friggin' event which will be happening at the Bridgewater Community Center. I feel like, so like Logan Mania is it's a charity event, especially to celebrate the birthday celebration on to honor the memory of Logan McNary, who unfortunately passed away from cancer and at a young age, so that's pretty sad, but it's pretty awesome that North Pro is doing it. like doing a wrestling show, and like they're doing a lot of charity stuff too, which is really big, and it's just really awesome to see. But we saw a lot of big names like Jody Threat, Gabriel Freza, Rudy Lockhart, Ronnie Payne, and all of your favorite North Pro Wrestling Ontario champions. Justin Newhook, Matt Connors, Ethan Knight, Hollywood Cole, Jason Barr, and all your favorites. And then we're going to see United Wrestling. There's a lot of big names in the for this show. We're going to see PCO, former North Pro champion. He's going to be taking on Bad That Howard, the Annapolis Valley champion. United Wrestling Annapolis Valley champion in no disqualifications match. Now, there's a lot of big debuts, especially Ian Pratt. He was supposed to be taking on Steve Macklin, who was a TNA star, but instead he wasn't able to come. But he's now going to be taking on James Storm, which is another big name, former TNA, which is pretty big. Another big name. And we're going to see Fallen Gray from WWE ID take on excuse me. We're going to Tara Zepp. Sorry if I took so long, but it's that. Okay, so the scramble match is gonna be Vincent Tyler versus Demonic, United Wrestling debut, versus Justine Ward versus Nick Strong, also lots of big debuts, versus Ryan Denham, returning. Then we're going to see Backwoods, the return of Backwoods. He's going to be taking on Chizenko, the Steel Eagle Chizenko, which will be his United Wrestling debut. And then the VIP tag team match that is going to be Daniel Wall and Rodney Brum. Brum. I think it's Broom. The Country Strong Rodney Broom. They're going to be taking on Ryan Riggs and a mystery partner, tag team partner, who's going to be announced soon. So, yeah. And also, a few talent from the Maritimes. The Wesley Pipes, Jason Boa, Alex Robbins, and Mayafa will all be getting more bigger opportunities and traveling down to Seaway Wrestling down in Seaway Wrestling, which is quite big, a big opportunity for them. So it's going to be good. And yeah, there's going to be lots of just great wrestling shows coming up throughout May, and plus the whole celebration on the 1 year anniversary, which will be coming up May 30th. So stay tuned for that. And that's all I have to say. That's all I have for this week's episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Interview also coming out at 8 o'clock p.m. Atlantic time. The interview with the other owner, co-owner of North Pro, the Blackwing, Matt Connors. I sat down and interviewed him on the podcast. That interview will be coming out 8 p.m. Atlantic time. But I got more big interviews coming up, so stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for all of the episodes. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in to the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Atlantic time. So join me each week to get covered on all the news on upcoming shows and the results from shows that I cover on each episode, along with interviews with your favorite maritime indie wrestlers that I sit down and interview with. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you all so much for your continued support on the podcast, because it's all things maritime wrestling.